I thank the member and call the member for Melbourne.
Thank you, Deputy Speaker. You can't punish someone for not finding a job that wasn't there. We've got 13% youth unemployment in this country, and when you factor in the number of young people who say they'd like to work more hours than they currently got, it's 20%. A couple of decades ago, it was below 10%. You've got 20% of young people in this country saying that they want to work more hours and they can't find it. And you've got youth unemployment at 13%. What is the government's response in this budget? Is it to say we're going to make education more available to everyone so that you can get those higher qualifications without putting yourself into debt? Is it to say we're going to start using our purse strings to create the new industries of the 21st century that might provide jobs for people? No. This government's response in this budget is to stand by and watch young people's wages get cut further as they lose their penalty rates, and then say, if you happen to be someone in this country who's looking for a job and you've tried hard and you haven't found it, what are we going to do? Are we going to give you a helping hand? No. Are we going to lift the level of New Start for you? No. We're going to treat you like a suspected criminal and you have to subject yourself to random drug tests because somehow it's your fault that the jobs aren't there. Well, youth unemployment is rising on this government's watch, and unemployment and underemployment are going up and up and up. And at the same time, if you're a young person in this country, housing is even more out of reach than it ever has been. Because it used to be, back in the 1990s, that an average house cost 6 times an average young person's income. Fast forward to this government, costs 12 times an average young person's income. So the jobs aren't there. The people who've got jobs want to work more hours if you're young and they haven't got it. Housing is becoming increasingly out of reach. Wages are being cut. So the government's response is to say, well, we're going to treat you like a suspected criminal. And in this budget, they say we're going to put you further into debt. If you do go to university, we're going to increase the fees. The universities are going to have less money. They get a cut as well. So the education that you get is going to be tougher for the university to deliver because we're going to cut them. And we're going to make you start paying your debt back earlier. Imagine being a young person now, graduating, looking for a job. You can't save up your house deposit. Housing's out of reach. Wages are low. Growth is sluggish. In fact, it's going backwards in real terms. And what you have got, the government's going to put its hand in your pocket and take more of it by putting you further into debt and making you repay it earlier. Well, this budget is a continuation of the government's war on the young. This government has declared war on the young and is continuing it. And people are increasingly realising that this government is going to be the one that leaves the future for young people worse than when they inherited it. Because that is what people are experiencing every day. There are things that we could be doing here in this parliament to ensure that people who come into this place after us, people who are leaving university now, people who are at school now wondering what kind of life they're going to have, we could make life better for them. We could start by saying we're not going to put you further into debt, which is what this government is doing. And we could secondly say housing is a human right. And instead of spending billions of dollars a year like this budget does, to help people who've already got a house buy their second, third, fourth or fifth house, giving them a generous tax break, we could say we're going to take those billions and instead put it into building affordable housing that young people and key workers are able to access. Right? What a sensible use of government money. What a sensible use of several $1 billion a year would be to help people get into their first home instead of helping people get their third, fourth or fifth and push up prices and push up rents and make housing out of reach for so many people.